Hey, good morning. Peace and blessings. I want to start with a scripture. From Matthew 15, 8 and 9. These people draw near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and in vain they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. excuse me. Halloween. Today's Halloween. You have to realize, as a lover of Yah, a lover of Jesus, Christ, Yeshua, lover of Yahweh, God. That the holidays. I'm speaking for America. I can only speak for America. I'm American. I do not know what goes on in other countries. But American wise, this is a very demonically programmed country. Majority of the holidays, that we, commercialize, are very pagan, in origin. Specifically, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, to name a few, off the top. But to speak on Halloween today, since today's Halloween, it's a Celtic, of pagan. It's of Celtic origins. It's a pagan holiday. It is basically inviting, demonic, spirits to attach themselves to you for a night. It is basically taking the devil out on for a date, for a night. Basically, celebrating Halloween. I advise anybody who is new to, their walk with Christ, to refrain from celebrating these pagan holidays that America commercializes. Specifically, Halloween, Easter, and Christmas. Christmas is not the day Jesus was born. Easter is very pagan. You should not, it is not biblical to celebrate Easter. It is not biblical to celebrate Christmas. The Bible does not teach you to celebrate Jesus' birth, and Jesus' birth date is not known biblically. So it is of a pagan, holiday. Halloween specifically, though, is a day where they celebrate, dark spirits, ghosts. That is demons. You're basically celebrating demons. Pagans, from my analytical viewpoints, believe in a lot of false things, spiritually. They believe, 3 o'clock in the morning, you connect with the devil. The devil doesn't take a day off, an hour, a second, a minute. You're always connected with the devil. If you have demonic strongholds or you're under full demon possession, they believe, rituals that they do, is connection to the devil. No, you're just building a stronger, demonic grave, for yourself with the devil, by practicing and taking part in these things. It doesn't really matter what you do is in sin. Sin is sin. If you are of a gluttonous personality, of a gluttonous lifestyle, it is a sin. If you are an idolater, it is a sin. It doesn't matter what you do. Sin is sin. It is no gray area. Is pretty black and white. Sin is sin. People of pagan backgrounds believe the things that they do is appeasing to Satan. Satan really doesn't love you. Satan hates humans. So the things that you, excuse me. So the things that you're doing is very foolish. You're literally, pleasing your slave master. It's literally of a coon, of an Uncle Thomas, mindset. I grow up in, urban area. I'm, African American. A lot of people, of an African American, culture, history, genealogy. They are very, Uncle Thomas, 3/5 of a man of a mindset. We were brought to America, years ago, and we adopted the sort of Europeanish, paganish lifestyle. And it is nothing against people of Caucasian descent. It is just the truth. We are not originally, from here. Even Europeans. But they actually, brought us here. So it is just, I'm just speaking the truth. Any history book will tell you that. It has nothing to do with God, literally. So I'm just being blatantly honest. Everything, that we adopt, minorities. I'm specifically speaking to the minorities. Everything that we adopt, as an American culture, is of pagan, really pagan descent, of pagan origin. It is very demonic. Very, the idea, the general idea, is to pay homage, to ghosts and what Halloween is based on, the Samhain, Celtic origin. Um, that is very demonic. You really want your kids. If you are a new, follower of Christ, you do really want your kids, out there, at all times at night, basically, dancing with demons. And to be truthful, to be blatantly honest, I think you would not. People who have reprobated minds will not understand. This is a very, social hierarchy-ish, country. They go and follow and blindly follow the social hierarchy, to the point where, it's of a point of damnation. It is very sad. But, if you love Yah, if you love Yeshua's, Jesus' teachings, you have to realize that, we're not in Kansas anymore. Santa Claus doesn't exist. Everything that you see, is there is a satanic, a demonic, a programming, that America is based on. You have to realize it. Pray for the gift of discernment. If you love Christ, pray for the gift of discernment. Me as a chosen one, if you're a chosen one, you're listening to this, you most likely, probably, 99.8, percent, understand exactly what I'm saying. But I'm speaking to the people who are new, to their walk with Christ, this walk of a narrow path, to heaven. Do not, engage in paganist, acts, paganist rituals, paganist holidays. This pagan lifestyle that America seems to be based on. Everything in America is basically, if you pull the curtain behind, America, everything has a pagan origin. The symbols on cars, literally everything. BMW's checkerboard, that's pagan. That's a pagan origin. The symbols on cars are based off of a lot of the symbols. A lot of the symbols on our cars. The Chevrolet is a cross. That's idolatry. The Hyundai, sign is a divine feminine, symbol. And everything is pagan in America, of pagan origin. So that means holidays are as well. Anything they commercialize, anything they glamorize, and anything that seems good in America is of a spiritual parallel to the demonic, side of things. Very pagan. America is a pagan country. It is what it is. Is of pagan origin. A European origin. The Europeans, came here and colonized it. They're pagan, of pagan origin. It is just the truth. Even Catholic people, are very pagan. They literally worship saints. Mary, Jesus, dead on the cross. That's idolatry. So you have to realize the spiritual parallels and what you do in this world, especially America is very prevalent. Everything's pagan out here. Literally everything you see, on a day-to-day basis is pagan. And if you have the gift of discernment, and you'll be able to see it. So you know what I'm talking about already. But if you do not yet, you'll see it after a while, like I did, a few years ago. Everything is of pagan origin out here in America, literally. It's a brother called The Truth Is, on YouTube. He explains it way better than me. He literally breaks down every single, pagan, occultish, Masonic, how do you say, everything that's pagan, Masonic, and occultish, that has to do with American culture, is the way is the best way I can explain it. He breaks it down, way better than I can. I just try to give him more of a spiritual enlightenment, to my brothers and sisters, my brethren, who love Yahweh, who love Christ, Yeshua. So you have to realize the spiritual parallels, that we go through spiritual warfare. The devil is going to give you everything in the world that seems cool, but that is demonic. That is, set up to destroy your soul and damn you. You're not going to go to, hell, with the devil and trick or treat. You're not going to go to hell with the devil and, collect Easter eggs with candy in it, on Easter. You're not going to go to hell with the devil and give people gifts, on Christmas. So, either you stand for something, or you die for nothing. And, it is what it is. People have to realize it. But you cannot bring everybody with you. That goes, in correlation with what I'd be saying to set yourself apart. And there's nothing against people who have a pagan, mindset, reprobated minds. Which they seek to, take not too kindly to you, going against the grain. But everybody, is born in this world to do their own, will, to do their own, have their own purpose, have their own lives. But the demonic programming of America is of a social hierarchy, which it gives it very hive-like, sheep-like, beta-ish, society. And it is what it is. So you have to be that lion, amongst the sheep, and you have to roar, for Yahweh, and you have to let that fire of Christ burn in you, you know. I'm very introverted. I really have no problem with, doing my own thing, and Yah knows, so I'm fine. But for my extroverted brethren, and sisters, I can only, imagine, what you go through, having to, actually gain energy, from people, to kind of, emotionally, psychologically survive sometimes. I can only imagine. But, in due time, Yah will bless you with other like-minded people. So you'll be fine. Don't ever doubt that. Don't ever doubt Yah. Always have faith as big as a mustard seed, and you'll be going to heaven. That is all it takes. Excuse me. That is all it takes, literally. If you cannot have faith, through Christ, as big as a mustard seed, then you are basically just, bending over and ready to just take, the devil's red, boot, shoved up your behind. And if that's of a mindset that you are, then that is your God-given right to do whatever you want to do in this life. But, people who love Yah, people who love Yeshua's teachings and try to live by it and try to fight our sin, we are fleshly, and, we choose to do the latter and go to heaven. It is no way a personal attack. I've noticed, people of society, that you live in, are going to take you as being, true lovers of Christ, as a personal attack, on themselves. But it's just their insecurities, and they understand that, what they do is wrong, but they love the world too much, God tells us not to love the world. The world is not his, the world is the devil's, When this system of things, this demonic system of Satan's is destroyed, it'll be a new earth built, and it says in the Bible. And I'll leave that scripture down low in the description. Pause. You have to stand for something, so you can plant your flag to go to heaven. Or you're gonna plant your flag, right to damnation. So you have to choose. You have to choose wisely. This is the end game. We're in the end game. Like they say in Avengers, this is the end game. This is not time to, be, fooling around. It's the end game. We're in the end game. The mark of the beast is here. It's no more time to be fooling around, celebrating Halloween, pagan holidays, lollygagging, pause, doing a lot of stuff. That's very, excuse me, that's very, pagan, in origin. That's demonic. And there's no way a personal attack to anybody who chooses to do that. That is your, God-given right to do whatever you want to do with your life, But I am just of a different mindset, and I have a different purpose in life, was just to, follow Christ. People don't seem to accept that, but they will. Yah will make them, because I'm a soldier for Yah, and the fire of Christ burns. It's blazing in my soul, and there's nothing, to be put out. I know too much I know too much, about this physical realm, about the spiritual realm. I know too much. So it's really nothing the devil really could do about it. I'm just gonna, be this introverted, analytical, high IQ, a guide, to my brethren, and that's what it is. That's my purpose in this life. That which brings me, much joy. None really but God. And not to just get off topic, So please, if you are new to this walk, this narrow path of heaven, to the heavenly paradise, excuse me, please, refrain, from any pagan, holidays. It is demonic. It's just demonic of origin. You can literally Google it and it'll show it. It has really nothing to do with what I'm saying. You can literally Google it and see for yourself. If you do not believe me, you don't understand. But I can just, I can give you, the guide way to the river, but I cannot make you fish it. But I would definitely give you the guide way, the map to the river, to the water of life, to the water of heaven. Like I said, brother, the truth is, on YouTube as well, speaks, in depth actually, about things of pagan origin, that is in American culture. He can definitely describe everything and explain it way better than I can, and it's literally what his YouTube channel is about. Brother Mark the Messenger, can literally, he makes the kind of like sort of same content I do, just in different ways. So look those up as well. And cloak yourself with the armor of God. Stay a prayer warrior. Have faith. As big as a mustard seed. And you'll go to heaven. And peace and blessings.